So apparently, Billy Joe Saunders' promoter is reporting that Golovkin is injured. And yeah, we're hearing it from this side. We're hearing it from the other side. Not from Golovkin or his side, which is strange. So, I mean, I guess I'm looking at it and it sounds like good news. Because to me, I think it's bullshit. I think it's a bullshit injury made up by Golovkin and their side because they probably took the threat seriously from De La Hoya about losing on the Canelo fight if he fought in June. So I think they just make that shit up. It's so no, Golovkin fanboys, if you're listening to me, this injury does not specify if it that it's an injury sustained during the fight against Jacobs. So no, you cannot use this as an excuse to his poor performance against Jacobs. No, you cannot. Like I said, there's not much information about this. It's just that Billy Joe Saunders' promoter is saying that the fight's off because Golovkin's men in his camp are saying that he's injured. So that's all we know. But like I said, I think it's all bullshit. They took that threat serious, and their priority obviously is Canelo, I think. So, and then they saw De La Hoya and the backup plan that he has set up for fucking Canelo, which is David Lemieux. So they're like, no, they don't want to pass on this fucking fight. I'm thinking that's the way it's looking. I mean, people can look at it. I'm listening to different videos out there. They have their different opinion about it. Because nobody really knows. It's not clear what's going on. If it's real, it's a real injury. Is this guy talking out of his ass? Is Billy Joe and his promoter talking out of their ass, trying to, get an excuse why they didn't fight fucking Golovkin? Or, it's just all speculation right now. We're just hearing it from one side. And what's strange, we're hearing it from the other side instead of Golovkin's side. But if it's true, I think that's what it is, man. They just fucking make that shit up and they won that Canelo fight. But another way that they could show that they really won that Canelo fight is by signing that fucking contract. Unless they're going to try to fight for more money. I mean, they're getting a lot already. 15 million plus pay-per-view. And they've never gotten more than 5 million. So they're getting 3 times what they've gotten before. I mean, they might fight for a little bit more. Hopefully, they would fight enough that they jeopardize the fucking fight. And they can really fight for too much after that last performance. And those pay-per-view numbers. And then we're going to see Canelo's next pay-per-view numbers. And those are going to be some crazy fucking numbers. You're all going to see. I mean, the power that Canelo has just been displayed again this week. It was reported that the rival TV stations in Mexico that have never worked together, TV Azteca and Televisa, they have agreed to come together to televise this fucking Chavez Jr. fight and Canelo. Each one, Chavez Jr. and Canelo, used to be signed to each one of those TV stations in the past. Another reason why it was hard to make this fight in the past. And the fact that Chavez Jr. was with Top Rank and Bob Arum and De La Hoya didn't get along. Remember the Cold War? There was obstacles there. Now we got El Heyman with Chavez Jr. and fucking De La Hoya. And El Heyman works with anybody. Even if you sue him, it don't matter. And then those TV stations... Now each fighter was not in each TV station. Recently, last year, Canelo left Televisa and now was working with the same TV station as is Chavez Jr. in Mexico. So another obstacle removed, and that's why the fight was made. And because obviously Chavez Jr. made fucking weight and he looked good in his last fight. He made the fight was at 169 catch weight and he made 167.8. So that was another thing, and boom, that's why the fight got done. What the point is, now they're both in the same TV station in Mexico, and the fight was made. And now the one that was left out, the other TV station where Canelo left, was hurting because they're out of the big show. I mean, big ass fucking Mexican showdown, and they're out of it. They're out of the picture. So for some reason, these fucking TV stations are like huge in Mexico. They're like HBO and Showtime, man. They're rivals. They don't work together. HBO and Showtime, we saw them work together recently in the Mayweather Pacquiao, and they had only worked together in the fucking back in the day in the Lennox Lewis and Tyson fight. So they've worked together, but it took a lot for them to work together. It took fucking huge events. Well, that's what happened here. They had never worked together, these TV stations in Mexico. And the one that Canelo left was the one left out of the picture. And they had to fucking swallow their pride. And I guess take crumbs and take less money. And made an agreement with the other fucking TV station that has both fighters now. And they didn't give a fuck because they just wanted to be part of the show, man. This is a fucking huge fucking... It's like a Super Bowl in fucking Mexico, man. It's huge. It's just like the fucking... Like Amir Khan and fucking Brooke, if they fight in the UK, it'll be fucking crazy, man. So I'm telling you, it's the fucking numbers that Canelo brings in are crazy, man. Look at what he did. He brought these fucking TV stations together, man. I mean, it's the one that Canelo left is the one that came chasing him and kissing ass to the other rival TV station to be just part of this fucking event. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're taking fucking crumbs because the other TV station got both fucking fighters, and why the fuck would they let the other fuckers in? You know what I mean? So they probably, I don't know, man. They got the upper hand on that one right there, and they let the fucking rival in. So, and then we're gonna see the fucking pay-per-view numbers right here. I mean the power. I mean the A side and the power that Canelo brings in. I mean he's clear to the A side, man, by a lot, man, by far. The clear fucking A side. And he's not taking advantage like all these fucking Golovkin fanboys try to fucking say that he's taking advantage of the situation by... They're trying to insinuate that he's offering crumbs, peanuts to fucking Golovkin. No, he's not. How the fuck if he's offering him 3 times what he's ever made, man? 15 fucking million plus pay-per-view. The most that Golovkin has ever made is that last fight against fucking Kell Brook. 5 million with no pay-per-view. Now Canelo's giving you 15 million guaranteed plus fucking pay-per-view. And then recently De La Hoya came out saying about he might be even changing the guaranteed money. So he might even he might tweak things around right there. Who knows if it's going to be in his favor or not, Golovkin's. But after his last performance, that's what he came out saying. And then after even hearing that and the threat of not fucking giving him the fight if he fights in June, and apparently is looking like if Golovkin and his camp still fucking passed on the fucking June fight, where they were going to make history by being undisputed. They were going to have the chance of being undisputed, something that hasn't happened in boxing in over a decade. So it's looking like if they passed on that, it's looking like if Golovkin is going to take whatever fucking De La Hoya gives him. Simple as that. Because like I said, if this fucking injury is fucking bullshit and they just fucking fabricated it so they could fucking not miss on the Canelo fight, I mean, De La Hoya, his stupid ass, might fucking even try to take advantage and fucking try to give him less because he's got him by the balls now. He's looking at him like, that's right, you're my bitch now. I hope he ain't fucking doing that and jeopardizing the fucking fight. I mean, just leave it at that, man. That's a good fucking offer. 15 million plus pay-per-view. Leave him that, man. That's fucking good right there. Because, I mean, the fucking Golovkin and his side were talking about making even this fucking fight with Billy Joe out there in Kazakhstan, in his hometown and all that shit. It looked like something too big for them to handle. They couldn't do it. Looks like they can't do it. They need Canelo, man, to do fucking big numbers and walk away with a big ass check, man, big ass payday. So I mean, there's a lot of speculation and opinions out there, and this mine's too. I'm not certain, but I'm just basing it off that, thinking that it was fabricated. The injury, who knows? I mean, at the end, what if later on we listen and we hear news that Golovkin and his side comes out talking? I'm pretty sure they're going to come out talking after this and give their side. what did they come out saying? That it's bullshit. He's not even injured, and it was just Billy Joe trying to get out of it. I don't know. We'll see. But it just looks like if they're just fabricating to focus on the Canelo fight, which I hope so. Which I really hope so. And all you fucking boxing fans out there too. Everybody wants to see this fight, and here we go. And we'll see. Hopefully De La Hoya don't fucking pull some fucking bullshit and fuck this fight up and ignore fucking Golovkin, and since he's got his backup plan with Lemieux, or what if this fucking fight, like I said, does some huge ass fucking numbers in Mexico and in the US because of the TV stations uniting in Mexico, and they end up having a good tussle, a good fight between Chavez Jr. and Canelo, and ends up making an immediate rematch for September, or ignores fucking Golovkin and gives the fight to Lemieux, and like, oh man, that'd just be another fucking black eye to fucking Canelo after that shit about vacating the fucking bout. So that's the only thing that fucking concerns me, is that De La Hoya, man, fuck. I mean, I like Canelo, but man, De La Hoya, come on, he's full of shit, man. Fucking drunk cokehead, man. Obviously, he's still on that shit, still getting fucked up, getting drunk. We see those interviews at the club and shit. And hopefully you don't fuck this shit up, man. So, there you have, I mean, because there's no fucking reason for him to keep doing this shit. A lot of people are speculating and thinking that, oh, he was doing it, avoiding fucking Golovkin because he don't want to fuck up his cash cow, and, and then Golovkin might destroy his fucking cash cow and that. I mean, you can't have that fucking concern anymore. You can't be scared of that happening anymore. Look at fucking Golovkin, the way he's looking now. He's finally he fought fucking Brook, a good fighter, and exposed him for what, a round or two. But he was a welterweight. And then he fights the number 2 best middleweight, a good fighter with size that knows how to fucking fight, and banged it out with fucking Golovkin and beat him. But he got robbed. He got totally exposed right there. I mean, there's nothing to fucking fear. I understand if De La Hoya feared fucking Golovkin in the past, because he was looking unbelievable, because he was fighting all these fucking tomato cans. He was being the bum slayer. But now, there's nothing to fear, man. Get that shit out of there. So, I mean, if De La Hoya fucks this up now, from now on, moving on forward, it's going to be because of his stupid ass, alcoholic, drunk, cokehead ass. I mean, it's got to be the coke and the fucking drinking, man. Nothing else. Plus, I guess a little bit of pride in there. I mean, fuck. What other fucking reason, man? I mean, Golovkin doesn't look indestructible anymore, man. He's been exposed, man, clearly. So, hope he don't fuck it up, man. If we see some more fucking pictures on the internet, man, some fucking fishnets, fuck, it's all fucking over. You can forget about this fucking fight. That means that he fucking really lost it again, man.